The color is different in every single season. It's just so beautiful with even the absence of color. To me, that is what makes this the most magical place. It's just these layers and layers of scenery and beautiful life, and to look down and see all these shapes and abstracts. It's very special. I think a portrait is a great way to explain the personality of a home. So if you look at good portraits, you kind of get a feeling of who that person is. And I think portraits of homes, you see the books they read, the things they collect, even down to the food they eat and the dishes. It's a portrait, it's who they are. It's got a soul. My name is Mary Morant. I'm an artist, and I was fortunate enough to move here about 3 years ago to the Old Mill Beach in Westport, Connecticut. There are only so many properties right here on the beach. There was a big greenhouse. It was a really tall structure. It came up and I saw it and I said, I've got to live here. It was everything I wanted. It was a perfect little piece of property. And now it's my primary home. The first house faces Long Island Sound. This house was completely redone from ground up. And the cottage in the back we just raised and redid the insides. And that faces the oyster pond, the Sherwood Island oyster pond. And that's where the oystermen are farming the oysters. And it's my favorite spot in the whole world. I grew up on a lake in Alabama. At the end of the day, we would go water skiing because it was smooth like glass. And that's what I saw in the oyster pond.
That's a big boy.
In the summers, we would also go to Georgia, where my grandparents lived, and we'd go to a place called Sea Island, where they had all the tabby stone and the oysters. So this is my favorite part of the house. Tabby is something that is found along the South Carolina, Georgia coasts. They would burn the oyster shells and mix it with lime and sand, and it formed what they called a coastal concrete. It was an emotional choice for me because of my southern roots. It was just really something important to me. Every window and door is a painting, is a photograph, to the elements, to the outside. So this is the one big livable space, living room, dining room, kitchen, if you will. So this was my mom's chair. Whenever we came home from college, she would be sitting in that chair. She would drop everything and we would have a glass of wine and talk. It was the one piece I really wanted in the house because it reminded me so much of her. My mother had a really big influence on me. She was an artist and a collector. She collected first edition. She loved to read. She collected a lot of things that made us cognizant of everything around us. I wanted those here because I wanted this house to be about their stories. This place, it's just a composite of everywhere I've lived. It's the lake I grew up on, the Georgia coastline with the oysters, France with the tides that go out, and it's Holland because it's this tiny little canal house. I was always intrigued by how much the Dutch did in how small a space. In Holland, they say gezellig. It's a feeling of being cozy and warm, and that's what this is. It's having all your family and friends and things you've collected, things that are meaningful to you. And now, second floor. So this is the primary bedroom, and I just wanted to keep everything light and beachy. This was a landscape I did in Holland. And then this was one in France it's actually on old pages out of a French novel. I collected these old, because I just love the feeling, the texture of the pages, the colors. So I painted over it, and that's Ile de Ré. And then it's mostly my office, but then we have a Murphy bed when the kids come. And then this is a little guest room. Because the house is so small, I didn't want it to read as a bedroom, so I call it the napping room, the reading room. This is my daughter, painted her. She's always reading. We were very lucky to get this third floor because the original owner's house was so tall, we were grandfathered in. It really is my children's favorite spot. You get kind of a 360 view, and then it just curves around. You see Campo Mill Cove over there, and then if you come around, there's the oyster pond in the back. I've always been by the sea. And even in Connecticut, I mean, you've got these little finger inlets. That's where my children were raised. To be near the water is settling for me. It's just magical. The thing about the little cottage, that is really the jewel. It's so simple, and it's so beautiful. And the minute you walk in and you see, it takes your breath away. I have 2 sons and a daughter. I can now offer them this beach cottage, and my grandchildren can play right in front of my house, and go jump in the pond, go for a kayak. I mean, you open this up and it's like you're on a boat. And then I wanted open shelving. I really wanted this to feel like a ship galley. So this little room, I wanted to feel like a captain's quarters. So I wanted this dark blue, and I wanted the walls to be soft, and I really wanted it to feel cozy. And then I just filled it with all my children's books when they were growing up, anything about the sea. I have all 3 of my kids' pictures in the closet, and whoever comes, I put it up. The most important thing about living here is the connection. I really feel a strong connection to the land. And to have the oystermen in the back doing the farming of the oysters, have your own oysters from your pond. Thank you so much.
No problem. Yeah, break a couple.
I'm like humbled by this. You just feel so fortunate to be able to go outside and farm oysters. I think the connection to the birds and the sounds and the air. As most beach cottages, nobody ever wants to leave, but when you have this, you want to share it. You want to share it with your family. So for them to walk in and feel at home here is kind of what building a home is about. Somebody just asked me, where's your favorite place by the water? And I said, oh my gosh, I've lived all these different places. I think it's here. I think it's right here. I get a little weepy talking about it because here I am. The portrait is an amalgamation of a lot of things. It gives you the character of a person, and hopefully all the things in my house present a portrait of who I am.